Hello everyone, I am finally here, ready to show you how I set my hair. I'm not going to call this a tutorial because I feel very strange calling it that. The reason being is that I consider this to be a very lazy way of setting my hair. I kind of came up with this setting pattern or method just as I was leaving my last job. I was really tired and I had really damaged my hair while at that job. I was using hot rollers all the time, and I knew that I needed to get back to my overnight set that I usually did. I never hardly used hot tools on my hair. It was always wet sets or sets overnight, and I had much healthier hair. And then I went into a job and I was tired all the time, and I just didn't have the energy to set my hair anymore, and I was really seeing the damage. And I came up with this because I was so tired at night. I was trying to think of the easiest, quickest way to get it in rollers that gave me a good outcome in the morning, that didn't take a long time to brush and to set into a nice style. So I came up with this, and I'll show you that in a little bit. I will just say that I always start on dry hair, and I do have a slight horseshoe type haircut. My husband actually cuts it for me. It's very simple. I just part it down the middle all the way to the back. So I divide the hair in two, and he just sort of cuts it with a slight taper towards my chin. Very, very light. There's not a big difference in the curve. You can kind of tell how my hair comes up towards my face. I think that works really well for these vintage sets. I know it is sort of strange how I use different types of rollers and then so few of the velcro rollers. If you are having to buy these items new, that is probably going to be a little pricey, to start up. But if you've been rolling your hair and setting your hair in vintage styles like I have for a long time, you may have these items already in your hair roller bag. So I will show you how I set my hair. Alrighty, so I'm gonna start rolling now. I kind of divide my hair into three sections. The smaller side here, I do a deep part, this side here, and then the back. And it my hair kind of falls, this top part kind of falls back, but I do try to kind of keep it separated. It's not a big deal if it falls into the back section, but I try my best. So I start with my Velcro rollers. I use two different sizes. Three of them are 1 1/4 inch, and then one is 1 inch. And I use the 1 inch here on the smaller section. And I just take a small piece like that. It's probably about 2.5 inches deep by about 1 inch long. And I always start on dry hair. Bobby pin in place. Alrighty, so that's where I always start, and then I go directly to the other side, and about the same depth all the way over to my temple, kind of the arch of my eyebrow. I have some baby hairs here and they don't ever like to cooperate, so they just fall down, but that's okay. I just sort of map out a section like that, and I don't pin anything back right now. I just divide this into three, And this is where our 1 1/4 inch rollers go. Okay, so now I am done with the Velcro rollers. I'm going to move on to the pillow rollers. I think that's what these are called. I get them on Amazon. And for that, I just divide all this back hair kind of in half. So what I do is I have this line here. I look over on the opposite side and try to keep it as level as possible, but I don't worry about perfection. This is all about ease and quickness at night. Too busy to worry about making it perfect. So I do pin this half of my hair up while I work on the lower section. And I use 10 rollers. I use 5 for each row. But if you have thicker hair, feel free to use more. And again, I don't section these out perfectly. I just kind of grab a hunk of hair as I go. Alrighty, so that bottom row is done. Now I'm going to let down the top hair and start rolling that. And I do it just the same. The only thing is I just kind of make sure that my hairline is cleaned up. Since I pinned it up, it has a habit to kind of move over to the side and to the back. So for the Velcro rollers, I start with my hair completely straight up in the air. That gives my hair more volume. For these pillow rollers, I try to keep the angle of the hair down as I roll it. I don't want any kind of volume from these. I want all my volume kind of in the top and in the front, not too much in the back. I also don't roll up to the root of my hair. I try to keep them all kind of low in this halo at the bottom. So I'm going to go to bed in a little bit. It's a little early, but I'll pop a scarf on, sleep on these, and then I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morning. Alrighty, I'm all ready to brush out my curls. I'm just going to start by taking out all of the pillow rollers first. I'll add a little bit of pomade. I use Suavecita pomade, just a little bit, run it through the ends, kind of help smooth my hair out, and we'll start with that. Alrighty, so now that I have the back brushed out, nice and smooth, I'm going to take down the Velcro rollers and start working on these. So I usually just tease the area where I had these three front largest Velcro rollers. I just give a light tease, kind of in between each roller to kind of fuse them together. So got the teasing in. I'm just gonna take this vintage hairbrush. This one really smooths all my hair out. I use a rat tail comb. I use this for dividing, and then the teasing at the end. And then I go in to brush out my curls with this. I think it's a Denman hairbrush. This really kind of detangles and kind of breaks up the curls right off the bat. And then I go in with this vintage hairbrush. It's got nylon bristles. It really smooths it out. You could use kind of any kind of smoothing hairbrush. And I just gently brush the top. I don't want to brush the teasing out. I just want to smooth it out. And I make sure that it's nice and smooth because I'm just teasing, you know, the front, that from the back, it's kind of fused together. Now, once I have it how I like it, nice and smooth, and I don't worry about it too much. I still like a little bit of a fluffy, voluminous hairstyle, especially at the ends. I just take a bobby pin and I pin
this side section, and then I kind of go in and I brush it again until I get the shape of this nice. And then I also usually kind of pinch my fingers here and hold right at the temple, or right where those 3 Velcro rollers stopped, and I brush the length. I don't want the volume out, but I just tend to hold it like that until I achieve the shape I want. A little bit of hairspray.
Alrighty guys, that is how I set my hair every single night. It's very simple, it's very easy. I hope I covered everything and explained it all did it as best I could. But if you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you so much for watching if you made it all the way to the end. And as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye!